WA4KM, W4VX.
All righty. Thank you so much, Max, for all you do helping everybody and doing the pre-net to the pre-net. That really helps out. And I'm looking at your signal. It looks like a brick wall. You got that thing cutting off perfect. I'm a little bit narrower, about 9. But anyway, thank you. All right, let's put a dot here. Next on the list, I heard Sam in there earlier. Sam, are you there? KF4TXQ. This is WA4KM in the pre-net.
Mighty fine, WA4KM in the pre-net. This is KF4TXQ. I'm trying to get this thing adjusted. You know how it is. It's a struggle. It won't stay fixed. I need to get my super glue out. But anyway, I apologize for the squealing. But anyway, I just can't get this thing to mute the way I want it to. But anyway, WA4KM in the pre-net. This is KF4TXQ. Back to you.
All righty, Sam. Okay, well, that was you. It sounded to me like, when I had when you had the old Drakes, and when you didn't want to run it just off the receiver and you wanted to work as 2 separate ones, you always try to get that little bird chirp, and that's when you know you're zero beaded. It'll go like that when you got it zeroed, and that's what that reminds me of. That's a good thing. Miss my old Drakes. All righty, next on the list, we got Dr. Ron down there. Dr. Ron, you were, I heard you all the way in the other end of the house, so I know you've got a good signal this evening, and we'll turn it to you in the pre-net. WB4GWA, this is WA4KM.
Okay, very good. And Stan, I hear the phone ring, and I'll get to you. WA4KM, WB4GWA in Concord. Good evening, everybody. I'm copying everybody pretty well right now. And Sam, you sounded really good that time. I don't know what you adjusted, but it sounds real good now. And your signal came up, so apparently you hit the right button somewhere. And Kevin, you're coming in really well, and Dan and CJ and Paul and Manuel down there, copying everybody really well. And I guess you picked up Perry. He hopped in there, and so we're kind of enjoying all these good signals. I've been working today on my ARC-5. I got my ARC-5 transmitter lashed up to my BC348. And Eddie Brown and I are going to work a little CW later on tonight, and got it finally all hooked back up together. And got a couple other little projects I'm working on, but mainly that's about it that I've done today. And rounded up the cows this morning and fed them, and everything's good in the world right now. WA4KM, WB4GWA in Concord.
All righty, well, Dr. Ron, you sound really good, and I'll tell you what, me and a friend of mine had about 62 head of cows in Noonan, and we done that for years and years, and farmed and give them all the stuff, and there's good tax write-offs, and done that for a long time, but that's a job, especially when there ain't no hay around, so the best day I had was getting them, and the other best day was when we sold them. We just couldn't, keep the fences up and keeping them going and so forth. But anyway, it's a labor of love for sure. Alrighty, next on the list, we're going up there to Indiana. W4CDJ. Dan, it's over to you for your comments, sir. And thanks for we'll make an announcement on Norm here a little bit later. W4CDJ, WA4KM.
Fine business, Kevin. WA4KM and the SAMRC W4AMI pre-net. This is W4CDJ, Dan in Orangeburg, Indiana. Nice day to here today. We were in the 70s, low 70s, and there's little green things popping up in the yard where I guess the flowers are supposed to grow. I don't know what they are. Some tulips, I think they're starting to pop through, and then there's some other things back there that came from my wife's mother's backyard years ago that we brought up here. And just thanks for picking me up here, Kevin. The band is coming around. things are getting a lot better here. We're hearing people we didn't hear earlier. We always heard Dr. John, or Dr. Ron, and we heard Bob, K4BKC, and you, and Mac, of course. And I heard Sam peeping through there. And I haven't heard him a whole lot lately, so I don't know if he rearranged his antenna or something turned around, but we heard you there, Sam. You got a copy on us. Yeah, we don't rustle cows or rustle cows, but we put a steer in the freezer Saturday. A black Angus steer. My neighbor raises them over there, and we get one from him every year, and then he takes it over to Greensburg, and they take care of it, and when we pick it up, it's all wrapped up in white paper. And then we stick it in the freezer, and we eat on it all winter long and all summer, pretty much. Anyway, thanks again there, Kevin. Do appreciate what you do. W4KM, W4CDJ.
Okay, Perry. Yep, ain't nothing better than fresh meat in the freezer for sure. We used to sell some to some local people down there, and give them a good deal, and instead of taking it, to the Carrollton barn or over, and we used to go to Roanoke a lot of times for that when they paid a little more. But we had a group real quick. I'll share this. It came down there. They were Vietnamese, and they were on a route that I ran, and Jack, he was my partner, and they come down there and bought one. We'll know if we kill it and take it off. We said yes. So we took 22 and, done what we need to do on the tarp. Next thing you know, we're out there skinning that thing out in the field. And Jack said, I don't mind y'all doing that. They didn't leave nothing either. He said, but I don't want y'all putting no blood on your faces doing some kind of witchcraft stuff. They said, no, we don't do that. Anyway, thought I'd share that. Next on the list, we'll go down there to the tallest mountain in Florida. And, Manuel, how you doing this evening? You're balling in here with them 811s or 572s. KW4 TV, this is WA4KM in the pre-net.
WA4KM, KW4 TV. Okay, Kevin, thank you for picking me up. It's been kind of a bad day around here when a lot of people will remember N4SYB. Study your Bible for Mop. He's a good friend of mine. He is now Silent Key, and breaks my heart, but we have that along, and I know he's a Southern Methodist preacher, so I know where he's at. But anyway, it's tough on me. It's been a tough day, and then BZDS John, he's having little problems, but I won't get into that unless he wants me to, and I'll ask him. But it's been a slow day around here. We're just trying to maintain and make it through this one. Kevin, you're sounding good down this way. With all of that, and I'll send it right back up there to you. This is KW4 TV.
All right, Manuel. Yeah, I tell you, it's been a tough day, and had three. They said it come in threes, and I've had three, and I hate that. And we'll definitely at the end of the pre-net, and Sam takes it over. One of the two of us. I think it's appropriate for Norm and Richard. His name was Richard. Some of y'all have talked with him. N4SYB. Study your Bible. Good man. I've met him with Manuel down there a couple of times, and his wife, Miss Sharon. And she's a ham as well. And I tell you what, it's tough. And then John, we'll remember them here shortly. I tell you, it's been a rough day for sure. Alrighty, and we'll address that at the end of the pre-net. Next on the list, we'll go down there to Williamson. I wonder, what are you on tonight, Eddie Brown? You on the People's Radio or the Gates or what? If you said it, I wasn't listening. So we're going to send it to you. K4AMI. This is WA4KM in the Southeastern AM Radio Club pre-net.
Okay, Kevin, thank you very much. WA4KM, this is KA4AMI. Yes, we're on the Gates tonight, and I guess, as Mac says, it's probably my Tuesday night rig. It's the easiest to turn on. The Ranger's sitting over here. Actually, I had it tuned up for 40 meters for Saturday morning, and Mac just didn't make it. well, I really don't have a good excuse. I apologize, but I'll try to make it next week. But we had kind of some goings on around here this weekend. It was both daughters' birthday coming up, and we had a little event over here, so I didn't make it. But good to hear everybody. The signals are picking up real nice. Everybody sounds good. Sam, you're getting in here tonight too. So I think we'll have a real good night for the net. And it's just wonderful to hear everybody. And with that, Kevin, back to you. I don't have much else to report, but well, I'll think of something here in a few minutes. WA4KM, this is KA4AMI.
Well, already, Eddie Brown, the Gates is doing a great job as always. As they would say on 2 meters, you're full quieted. You and Dr. Ron, y'all were bowling in here, along with Mac and Manuel. Manuel's doing a good job out of Florida too. And anyway, already, what was I going to say something, but we'll just move right along here. Well, let me just take a standby. We'll pick Perry up next, and then WCJ, Stan, and Tim in that order. But before we do that, let's take a standby here, and we like to do that and see if we got anybody else who'd like to check in this evening and get on the pre-net roster before the net here in less than about 12 minutes or so. Please come now if you're not on the list. This is WA4KM.
K4 BKC.
Do better with Power Co. I'm for Mike Echo.
Okay, well, let me tell you what I got out of that. Hey, Bob, I got Bob, K4BKC, and there was 2 with him, but Bob won. And then I got you, Roy, W4I Diddle Diddle, and then I got Dr. John, KN4ME, and I know it sounded like there was 2 other ones. I think one of them was a KG. Could y'all come again, please? This is WA4KM. Kilo 5, Hotel Foxtrot Golf. KJ4 QXC. Okay, let me see. I got Tim. I got you on the last go around up there. L0 Foxtrot before Bob. We got I Diddle Diddle, Dr. Ron, and I got you, Don K5HFG. Let me flip my page here. I had another page, and then I got Daniel. Hey, Daniel, KJ4QXC, Daniel up there in Tennessee. Anyone else, please come now.
W4OB.
That was WE4AU, is that right? All right, Tom, well, welcome. Hang around. We've got a big list, but love to hear you. And WE4AU, I did hear that right. And hello to you, Ray, over in Sandy Springs. Had to flip the page, guys. We got a good net going this evening. Anyone else wish to get on the pre-net before we pick up the regular roster here? Please come now. That's K. Who was that? Was that UEZ? Okay, KE4EV, Jeff in Panama City. Is that right? I believe it is.
Panama City Beach, Florida. Hi, everybody.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you done it phonetically. I thought it was EV as in Victor, but it's EZ and Zebra. Okay, we got you, Jeff. We got a long list tonight, but hang around here. We got a good net going on. And Sam's fixing to take it over here in about 8 or 9 minutes, and we'll fill you in on the particulars. Of course, I can go ahead and do it now in a few minutes. This is Tuesday night, Southeastern AM Radio Club SWAT and Fellowship Pre-Net, and we meet each and every Tuesday night at 6:30 for the Pre-Net Eastern, and 7 o'clock for the actual net. We do a pre-net prior to that, and Dr. Ron's got a beautiful website. This is, I guess, one of the longest ones I know of, AM Club running, and the call sign is W4AMI, and that's Whiskey 4 Alpha Mike India .org, and if you'll go to that website, you'll see you can become a member. There's no fees, no charge or nothing, unless you want a plaque suitable for framing, and not Dr. Ron, but Eddie Brown will send you a plaque suitable for framing up, and you'll get a number. We're over 300 strong right now, and Eddie Brown won't mind at all, just for the postage. That's about all you got to pay. Everything else is free. There's several pictures and projects going on, stuff for sale, and what the club's about, the bylaws. It's just a great website he's worked on, and y'all go over and check that out. Alrighty, let's see, where am I at? Let me come back up here. We're over to Perry. K4CWW. Perry, back to you again. WA4KM.
Fine business there, sir. Thank you. WA4KM. K4CWW. Well, I'm trying to make it quick. I told everybody this thing may burn up any time. This is a homebrew transmitter that Steven helped me build back a year or two before I retired. I'm going to tell you a quick confession on it. When we built this, I told him I was tired of meter switches giving me trouble. So we put 8 meters. We put 8 meters on this transmitter. And my confession is, I'm looking at it, and there's one meter, I can't remember what it is. I didn't label them. I just put 8 of the identical meters in there. But I got one that's wiggling a little bit, and I don't remember if it's supposed to wiggle or not, because I can't remember what that was for. That's all I got to say. I'm an honest trader and an honest ham radio guy. I waited too long. I haven't been running this long enough. I'm going to have to rediscover what the meter's for and start running this baby more often. WA4KM, K4CWW. Keep it going.
Okay, Perry. Well, if it's barely wiggling, it's probably the grid. I don't know. That's what I would guess, because my meters are all, I got 7.5 on the filament voltage and, well, 5,800 volts on the plate. And I'm not even doing a half amp, but I'm not hitting it hard. So there you go. And the grid meter's just, it ain't even barely twitching up off to 0, because I'm barely hitting it. All righty, next on the list, let's go pick up WB4 WCJ. It's over to you, sir, for your comments. WA4KM.
Okay, well, WA4KM, WB4WCJ, part of Hardyville, South Carolina. Thanks for picking me up here and letting me check out the radio here a little bit. I hope the radio's working okay and working okay like this here. So, everybody standing by here, WA4KM, WB4WCJ, over.
Well, all righty. Well, your radio sounds fantastic. I wouldn't change a thing. And, yeah, don't run off. We do got a big list, but this is a great net. Good family-oriented, so you ain't got to worry about kids or grandkids hearing anything. So that's a good thing. And a good bunch of people. And don't run off. We're glad to have you. And speaking of South Carolina, we're going up to the Golden Triangle in Walhalla. W4KR, over to you, Stan, for your comment. WA4KM.
Darn straight, fella. WA4KM, W4KR. Good evening, everybody. Kevin, you're doing good. Good signal. Good signal. There's somebody tuning up. He's right dead on you. At least, but he was probably 20 dB under you. Put a little gurgle in there. He was about 3 or 4 cycles off of your frequency, Kevin. Anyway, beautiful day here outside of Walhalla today. Temperature right now is 73 degrees. And with that, back to you, my friend, and carry on. WA4KM. This is W4KR.
Well, all righty. Well, you sounded good, Stan, and I don't know what you're doing, but anyway, we're just doing the best we can. You sound great, and I appreciate you wanting to fill in but I'm feeling pretty good, and these legs are doing good, and I feel good. Thank you, sir, for that. Next, we're going to pick up Tim, Bob, and then Dr. John and Roy, if we got time. AL0F, Tim, it's over to you, sir, for your comments. This is WA4KM.
WA4KM, and this is AL0F, the tree group again. What it works, it's 79 degrees here today. It's 75 right now, and sunny. And I went and bought some chicken wire. My puppy out of my potatoes. Dog cart ride, and I'll probably still go for a morning. But a lot of people, a little bit of time here, so W4KM, this is L4 on the group.
Okay, Tim, well, thanks for stopping by. Always good to have you. All right, next we're going to pick up Bob, Dr. John, and Roy, and then we'll keep moving on. Bob, how you doing up there in Columbia? This is Bob, K4BKC, the president of the SAMRC Net. Bob, over to you for your comments. This is WA4KM.
WA4KM and the pre-net. This is K4BKC. Well, that was a mighty nice introduction, Kevin. Thank you. Everything's going well here in Columbia. It's been real warm, up around 74 today, and clear blue skies. We went out and cleaned up some dead sticks in the yard and low-hanging branches on trees, and been cutting that up and doing what I can to keep the place straight. But everything's going well here, and I won't keep it. You got a long list. Back to you, Kevin. Thank you for picking me up. WA4KM, K4BKC.
Oh, yeah, we got a long list, and that's a good thing. And welcome, everyone. Okay, next I got Dr. John, and we'll pick up Roy and go from there. And maybe take some check-ins. I still got a bunch to go, guys. KN4 Mike Echo, this is WA4KM in the pre-net.
Well, thanks, Kevin, and I'll make this real brief. Because I know you've got other check-ins. I'm surprised signals are as good as they are with the time change, and as relatively as early as it is with the sun. I'm copying everybody. So in a row, I may not be able to make net. So if you want to mark me down, I may have to leave here. I'm not sure. But thanks for doing it, Kevin, and back to you. WA4KM, KN4 Mike Echo.
Okay, well, I got you on here. We'll call for you, and if you answer no, if you do, it'll be good. If not, we'll understand why. And just real quick, not sure which rig you're on. It's a little muffled. I'm not sure which one you're on, but I know you would want to know. Good signal and audio. It just sounds a little bassier or kind of muffled, I guess, or bassier. But anyway, I know you'd want to know, and I'm not picking at you. I know how you are, and you want it to be right. I don't know if something's changed, and hopefully it ain't on my receiver. But anyway, we'll break with Dr. John and go pick up Roy down there in Pensacola. W4, I diddle. Roy, come on in here and tell us what's happening. This is W4KM.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, it's good to be here this season. It's just been encouraging to stay on the Grand Ole Opry. Now, I'm just proud to mention. The man's a little wishy-washy right now, according down here. Full storm is coming, and so there you go. I'm going to come short, turn it back to you, let you pick up all you could. Back to you, Big Ron, from W4, I diddle, over. You got JCP in there?
I do now. K4 JCP Joe. All right, well, let me tell you, I've got everybody. Well, Don, we didn't get Don. We got to pick up K5HFG, and I didn't get to, let's see here, Daniel KG4OXC. That's Quebec X-Ray Charlie sound if you're listening, and Ray in Sandy Springs W4OB. And then Tom, WE4AU, I don't know if he's ever checked in, but he's new on my list. And then we got Jeff, KE4EZ, and then Joe's Coffee Pot. All righty, guys. Well, that'll do it. I'll be here, Sam, going through the list with you. That's what I have as of now. You can go ahead and pick up the officers. And, real quick, I was going to do this. Sam, maybe you want to do an all-care salute for the ones that may know or may not know. Norm, W7IUC, had passed. So we need to do an all-care salute for Norm and be praying for his family. And there's another one on here, Richard, N4SYB, Study Your Bible, down there in off Alabama. He passed this morning about 3:04. From what I understand, and we've got others out there that need prayer requests, unspoken, and they know who they are, and because it works, guys. With that, Sam, you can take over and do the all-care salute, and then pick up the officers, and I'll run the list with you here. So, KF4TXQ to assume the call W4AMI. This is WA4KM.
Absolutely great prenet there, Kevin. You're sounding good and doing a fine job. I'm having a problem here. I can't hear my receive line on here for some reason. I'll have to check that out when I got more time. But if you could direct the all-care salute and then go through and pick up the officers and continue on with W4AMI. And I'll have it fixed maybe by the next time we have it. You know how it is. You just got to go with what you got. I haven't figured this out yet. I don't know why my mute is not working on the receive line. So anyway, WA4KM, thank you for a great prenet. And if you would, please, sir, continue on, because I'm afraid that my problem is just going to get more complicated as we go through the net. So, WA4KM to W4AMI. This is KF4TXQ.
Well, okay. Well, you sound good now, but I don't mind. If you want to try, but no, you're doing good now. But I understand, and I don't mind at all. Okay. Well, let's start this off first. Let's see. Well, let's do the all-care salute, and then we'll do the officers and go from there. Guys, we need to do an all-care salute for Norm, W7IUC, and also Richard, N4SYB. If y'all don't mind, we'll do an all-carrier salute to them before we start the net. And let's see, what do we do? We'll do it till they're done, 20 seconds or so. So with that, go ahead with the all-carrier salute. W4AMI. All right, I tell you, I love that. Well, I don't love it, what the reason for it is, but I love hearing the all-care salute. And Andy told me once years ago that when you send them signals up into space, they just keep going and going and going. And that's what a good, respectful thing to do for our silent keys, guys. Thank you so much. All righty, well, let's kick off the net here. This is the Tuesday night SAMRC Swap and Fellowship Net. That stands for the Southeastern Radio Club with the call sign Whiskey 4 Alpha Mike India. If you want to find out what the net's about, you can go to the website w4ami.org and check it out. There's a lot of information on there. I won't go back through everything, but it's just a good website, and tells about the club and pictures and projects and buy and sell and on with that. And if you want to become a member, why, you can do so. There's no charge. And get a certificate suitable for framing from Eddie Brown. All righty, with that, calling the SAMRC Swap Net. Calling the SAMRC Swap Net. This is W4AMI. We meet each and every Tuesday night at 6:30 Eastern for a pre-net, and then following the pre-net is the actual net, and the club call is W4AMI. At this time, we'll pick up the president, and that's Bob up in Columbia, Tennessee. K4BKC, Bob, over to you. This is W4AMI.
W4AMI. This is K4BKC. Well, good evening, Kevin. And good evening to everybody that's checked into the pre-net and if you're listening to the net. We certainly appreciate all these great stations that are on every Tuesday. It's just always wonderful to hear all these great AM signals. It was sad to hear the passing of Norm, W7ISC. He's been a presence here on AM for many, many years, and a good friend to many of us. N4SYB, I'm not acquainted with Richard, but I'm sure he's a fine fellow, and I know he'll be missed also. Also, I got the message this afternoon that John, K4VZS, has been in an accident, and he's okay, but he's in intensive care, and he is going to be there for a while. But we appreciate your thoughts and prayers for John and his son David and all their family. Also, appreciate your prayers for KW4TV Manuel and all his family. And we're certainly glad you're back, Kevin, and your legs doing well. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to you, Kevin, and Sam, hope you get your rig fixed. You're sounding pretty good up here this evening. Back to you, Kevin. Thank you for running the pre-net and the net. This is K4BKC. Back to you.
Okay, Bob. Yeah, we appreciate it, guys. Y'all keep all those people in your prayer, because prayers are getting answered. And Richard checked in here a few times and on some of the other nets, and he was a Southern United Methodist preacher as well, so we know where he's at. He's in glory. So anyway, appreciate that, and then we'll definitely keep John in our thoughts and prayers too. It's such a tragedy, and he needs our prayers. All righty, next we'll pick up the Vice President and then Dr. Ron. Sam, over to you. You're sounding pretty good. KF4TXQ W4AMI.
All right, W4AMI. In the net, this is KF4TXQ from Alabama. And, well, I got it good. I think the problem was it was, with the transmitter, so I just have to turn my audio down so it didn't squeal and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, you got it going good. If it's not in position, it'll make the net go smoother if you just continue on like you are. And if they can't hear you, they can't hear anybody. But anyway, I'll tell you right now, what a show gonna miss everybody this past on. I'll tell you, I sure hated about Norm W7IUC and study your Bible, SYB. But anyhow, hope everybody's doing well. Hope you get something good to eat for supper. And we're just going to rock along and do the best we can. I'll work on this thing a little later on this evening, and I'll get it figured out. It's probably something simple, and I guarantee you it's operator error related. But anyway, that's the way it goes. But so far, so good. At least I got it sounding halfway decent on transmit. So, W4AMI and the Southeastern AM Radio Club SWAT and Fellowship Net. This is KF4TXQ, Davie, Alabama. You're doing a great job, Kevin. Over.
All right. righty, Sam. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, you've got the audio straightened out on it. It sounds good. Good as I've heard you in a while. So when you get that receiver fixed, and I know you will, you'll be rocking and rolling, and I don't mind a bit. Let's see, next on the list, we've got our secretary and webmaster, Dr. Ron, WB4GWA. Over to you, Dr. Ron, for your comments. This is W4AMI.
Okay, Kevin. W4AMI from WB4GWA in Concord. Good to hear everybody tonight, and I also want to extend my condolences to Norm's family and my get well wishes to John, as well as to everybody else who is in need of a touch from the Lord. And we've just been fooling around today with ARC 5 project and getting it and my BC 348 all lined up for my military station, you might say. Work a little CW with that and kind of enjoy it. Even got a J38 key on it, so we're going to do a little bit of playing around with that. But we're on the Globe King tonight and listening on NC 303, and everybody just sounds marvelous tonight. Good signals in here. Kevin, appreciate all you do and appreciate your faithfulness to the net, that's for sure. W4AMI from WB4GWA in Concord.
All righty. Well, I'll tell you what, the Globe King sounded really good. Of course, all your rigs got a good quality sound and big signal. We just got a pipeline. All righty, next on the list, we got our secretary here, Eddie Brown, and I think he said he was on the gates tonight. What? I usually write that down. But anyway, Eddie Brown, over to you. KA4AMI. This is W4AMI.
W4AMI. This is KA4AMI. And yes, we're on the gates tonight. Good evening, Sam. And Sam, you're sounding pretty good up here. So I hope you get your problem straightened out real quick. Anytime somebody has a problem or I'm working on something and I can't figure it out, and I've said this 1,000 times, I know, but old Lou Duncan, he'd always look at me and say, your biggest problem is a loose nut behind the microphone. So I always think about that. Anyway, so we don't have many projects going on right now. Everything in the shack is actually working as of this moment, anyway. And except one receiver, I got a national HRO7 over there. I don't know when I'm going to get to that because it's going to have to be re-kitted, I believe, to get it going properly. So that's about the only thing that's not working. But I'm just trying to cycle through all my stations here. So I change them about a lot, and they seem to like that. Anyway, we're praying for all the people that may be injured or sick, and the ones that've lost loved ones. And the prayer list gets bigger and bigger. It seems like I don't know what's going on, but maybe we'll get a few people healed up and move on here. I saw an article about the downfall of nets, and I thought about it, and the article said that people they think that nets are boring. Well, thinking it over, and I found nothing boring about our net. If you want to call it a net, it's a social organization more than anything. It's a club, and we not only are practicing protocol for emergency communications, whether you realize it or not. That's what we're doing, and we're talking and hearing from all our buddies and hearing about their projects and how life goes where they are and such as that. And I find nothing boring about that. It's just a great event, and you can actually sell something on here. And it's been done many, many times. I think what they were referring to is the older nets where they call you, you check in, you say no traffic, and that's it. That I could see where that could possibly be boring, but it's still the purpose is for emergency communications, as we all know. I think our net's going to survive for many, many years to come. It's just filled with good people, and it'll last for a while. And like I said, we're on the Gates BC1G, listening on the Collins 75A4 3-in-fed half-wave antenna up about 70 feet. And 7-3 for now, everybody, and we'll catch you next time. W4AMI. Thank you, Kevin. This is KA4AMI.
All right, Eddie Brown. Yeah, I've been called a lot of things, but not boring. I have been called talking too much and going on and cutting up, but never boring. And, yeah, like you said, a lot of the nets, you just give a call sign, no traffic, move along. Here we help each other out. Just like Mac helped me out big time. I mean, he was here like, I think the next day or the day after to get me up and going. I was about to panic, and it's good to have each other. We all help each other out, like John down there on the Florida side, and Mac up here, and Dr. Ron, and a few of the other guys. It's nice to have, and they're always willing to help, and don't have their hand out. You know, that's a good thing. And we just talk about each other's stuff and what's going on, and that's what makes it fun. You know, it's actually fun and hearing what's going on. So, anyway. With that, let me move on down the list here, because I don't want to get on the soapbox, because it's easy for me to do. Again, this is the W4AMI Swap and Fellowship Southeastern Radio Club, and we meet each and every Tuesday night at 6:30 for the pre-net, 7 o'clock Eastern for the net, and we'll pick up Mac up in Ball Ground, W4AX. Mac, over to you for your comments, and thank you for what you do to help us. W4AMI.
Thank you, my friend. It's my pleasure to help any of us anytime I've got something I can help with. Anyway, hope everyone's doing well tonight. Big Net, I've already been talking, so I'll keep it short. Plan to get up to see John just as soon as I can, as soon as he gets out of ICU, and certainly very concerned about him. And let's see, just a reminder, everyone, on Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Eastern, we hold a round table on 40 meters AM, 7290 AM, 7290 AM. We keep it pretty snappy and try to get around 3 or 4 times in about an hour. Just a chance to get up on AM and say good morning to each other on Saturday morning. So come join us if you get a chance. Back over to you, Kevin, and thanks for running the net and the key net, and the pre-net, rather. You do a wonderful job. WA4KM, W4AX.
All righty, Mac. Y'all get up on Saturday morning. Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm not. But if I'm up, I'd love to get in there. I know it's a good bunch of people. All righty, and thank you, Mac, again. All righty, next on the list, we're going up to Indiana. Pick up Dan, W4CDJ. Dan, what you got for the Southeastern AM Radio Club net, W4AMI. Oh, Dan may have RUNOFT. W4CDJ. Dan, are you there? They'll come back. I'll put a little line by his name. All righty, well, next on the list, we'll go down to the opposite side of the United States, to the tallest mountain in Florida. Manuel, what you got for the net? The KW4TV, W4AMI.
W4AMI, KW4TV. Well, Kevin, you're doing a good job there, buddy. It's feeling great down this way. And I haven't heard Sam sound so good since he had the 7300. Sam, you are doing a great job. The audio is perfect. Don't change a thing. And more eagle to you, buddy. Yeah, I got to do a little more tomorrow. I picked all the low-hanging fruit that was hanging around today, so we'll have to do a little better tomorrow. But with all that, I'll turn it back to you, Kevin, and thank you again for all you do. And we'll be sitting back listening in. W4AMI, KW4TV from the tallest mountain in Florida.
All righty, man. Well, I don't think you have to worry about the I-10 curtain. You go over it. You're booming in here, and thanks for all that you do on these other AM nets and being a regular. We sure do appreciate it. All righty, before I pick up, we still got a long list, but I'm going to take a standby here and see if we've got anybody out there that would like to get on the list. We got a long list, but we'd love to have you. And if you'd like to get on that list, well, come now. This is W4AMI.
W4KKJ.
W4OLJ.
K04SSY.
All righty. Boy, my pen was a-flying. I got a page and a half. Uh-oh, what was that? Okay, I heard something click. It was, anyway. All righty, this is what I got. Let's see, there we go. I got WB4KKJ. Good evening to you. And, not Roy, Virgil, W4OLJ. Sorry, Virgil, in Sweetwater. Billy, KO4SSY, Murphy. And then I got KB4LI. That's a O. Look like a Q. And we'll get to you guys here shortly. I got a long list, but we're moving on down it, and thank y'all all for being here. All righty, let's go pick up Perry again on his homebrew, I think it's a homebrew transmitter that he built. K4CWW, over to you for your comments. This is W4AMI.
Thank you, sir. W4AMI, K4CWW. Yeah, okay, guys. Yeah, this is a student helped me build this a couple of years ago, right before I retired. I don't run it much. I don't know why. I'm afraid. I look at it, it looks like a tin can. I don't know what it'll do. It's got 8 meters on it, and got a 4400 final, 2 4125 modulators, and seems to get do the job. I take audio level, low level audio and RF off an LMAC AF67 driver. Got an HQ150 receiver working tonight, and that thing is sounding sweet. I've got the volume turned up loud. I will mention the bands had a little bit of a slow fade back and forth tonight. It was earlier, of course. Earlier it was about a 30 dB swing from top to bottom. Not real fast, but it was swing. It was just a swinging. But it seems a little more stable now. So glad to hear everybody tonight. Thank you. I'm sorry to hear about Norm, the 2 silent key announcements. That's sad, and but boy, Norm got in plenty of good hamming time, and I think he enjoyed himself in ham radio tremendously, and that's a good thing. So back to you. Keep rocking along there. W4AMI, K4CWW.
Okay, Perry. Well, I'll tell you, that thing sounds good. I'd keep it. And it's doing you a good job. No complaints here. All righty, we're going to head up South Carolina and pick up a couple guys here. First on the list, though, we got WB4WCJ. It's over to you, sir, for your comments. This is the Southeastern AM Radio Club, W4AMI.
Okay, real fine. Sorry to hear about W4IUC. Norm, you used to talk to him quite a bit years back. Real fine, operating ICOM IC735, driving old Galaxy amplifier. He was 10 sweet cubes. Not real sure about any of the power levels. Don't have the money for a watt meter. Okay, we'll do just good to hear KN4ME. KN4ME was in there, so that was of course everyone from Paul here, Artieville, South Carolina. Back to you, WV4WCJ.
Okay, Paul. Well, thanks for stopping by and checking in with us. Glad to have you. And, yeah, Norm, he's going to be missed. He's been around a long time. And he's going to be missed along with the other guys, too, as well. All righty, well, next we're going up there and pick up the net control officer for the alternate weeks of Sam and I. And that'll be Mr. Stan, W4KR. Stan, over to you for your comments. This is W4AMI. Oh, okay, I marked him out too soon. W4KR, Stan, are you there? Oh, something must happen to you. Let me put a line out here. Okay, well, next we'll pick up Tim down in Florida, AL0F. Tim, what's you going on down in Florida? This is W4AMI.
W4AMI in the group. This is AL0F. I'm not in Florida. I'm 20 miles north of Florida. I live 20 miles north of Manual. I can almost see him from here in Opp, Alabama. And Opp is sad today to lose Richard. Beautiful day here today. I'm getting ready to go to Fort Weldon Beach for the Ham Fest. I don't know who else is going to make it, but I'm looking forward to meeting some people and putting some faces with some names and call signs. So I hope a few people show up. It kind of sounds like the weather's going to be lousy. I'm running the Ranger today. I almost Ranger into the 3DB pad and into the 3K Premier. So it comes out pretty close to where I want it. Somewhere between 300 and 350 watts of carrier. Going in the hard way. Let's say R75A4. Everybody sounds wonderful tonight. Eddie Brown, that gate sounds beautiful, and also that Globe King. I haven't heard one of those for a while. I had a friend in Arizona that had a Globe King, and he always sounded wonderful, and that one sounds good tonight. So run around. I hope everybody's having a good week. W4AMI, this is AL0F in the group.
Well, okay, Tim. I was thinking you was in Florida because Manuel said you was his neighbor, and he's in Florida, and Richard's in Opp, Alabama, so you're between Richard, I guess, and Manuel. And I've been down to both of those places through Florala, which is Florida, Alabama, I guess, in short form. Florala, but Opp. Okay, you're down there with Donnie and all those guys. All right, Tim, thanks for being there. And we will go back to Florida, though, and pick up Mr. Roy. W4I diddle diddle. This is over to you. This is W4AMI.
Thank you, Kevin. Good evening to everybody. Everybody's sounding good here at my house. And I ain't got anything for the net, Kevin. Just proud to be here. I'm running my little Kenwood TS140 and a little, let's see, 301L or something. I don't remember what it is. David brought it down here the other day. Well, they did some work on mine. 30L1. That's what it is. Anyway, everybody have a great week. Behave yourself. And I'll turn it back to you, Kevin, from W4. Well, let me say this in closing. I hope everybody out there in Radio Land feels as good as I look. From you, Kevin, from W4, I diddle Penn Patrol. A great job with the net.
I hope they do too.
All right, Roy. Well, you sounded pretty good on that Kenwood TS140. I think the Dixie 60 is a little louder, but it sounds fine, and I heard you, and that's all that matters. Now, you take care down there and try to keep everybody straight. I know it's a hard job. All righty, next on the list, we're going to pick up Dr. John, speaking to him, and then Don down there in Tick Ridge. So, Dr. John, KN4ME, this is W4AMI.
Okay, I did make it back. I had to leave for a minute. W4AMI, KN4 Mike Echo, killing. What a beautiful day. Started off 35 degrees and got up in the high 70s. Gosh, we're going to miss the fellows that have passed on. But today was a wonderful day to be alive, that's for sure. Gotta appreciate it. Not much else going on here. Had a good productive day. I cleaned up the inside shack, which took a while, but I can see the desk now. Anyway, good to hear the activity. Hope everybody's doing well, and appreciate Kevin, your net control, doing a great job in the pre-net. Enjoyed it. W4AMI on the group. I hope the frequency equalization is a little better. It was off. Hello. I may be overmodulating too. I'm having to be careful. The volume max is the only thing in line. The Automax gave up the ghost. So I'm trying to equalize my speech. Hopefully I'm not overdoing it here. My scope is on the blink too, so I'm kind of blind. A W4AMI KN4ME.
All right, now, well, it could have been the band, but you sound better, whatever you did or didn't do or whatever. It is better now, but and it may have been the band. There's some people queuing up while we're talking, so it might have distorted a little bit, but you sounded fine that time. Big signal as always, just it was a little bassier or something than normal, but it sounds fine now. Alrighty, next on the list, we're going down to Tick Ridge and pick up Don. K5HFG, Don, how's everything going on Tick Ridge? This is W4AMI.
Okay, Kevin. W4AMI, this is K5HFG. Everything is good as a fiddle on Ridge. Beautiful day today. It sounds like all around it's a beautiful day. I was only 72 or something like that, but it was beautiful. Feels like a summer day that's coming out of supposed to be back down again next week. That's only a little problem. I got another bigger problem. I need some tubes. I'm looking around for at least a pair of B70D. Victor 70 Delta. We got this King 400 back together, and I had to rebuild the panel. It was shot. I did get it put back together, and it was okay. But I happened to find another one. So I had one for sale, and I haven't seen one of those in a long time. It was important how to go over something, I don't know, but I bought it from him, and that one's in great shape, even better than the one I rebuilt. I need those tubes. If anybody knows where I can get some, or if you have a couple laying around and want to part with them, let me know. Send me an email. But the B70D. I guess that's my greatest need right now. You sound good, Kevin. A lot of good signals tonight, especially with the sun still up on Tick Ridge. But this is quite a crew. Enjoy listening to all. W4AMI. Y'all have a good week. 73. This is K5HFG on Tick Ridge.
Okay, Don. Well, yeah, you sound good. By the time you get that tube number, I had a static crash coming here, a power line. I don't know when. You know how they go across your screen, that and back. Let me make sure I got this tube right. Don's looking for a tube for a Globe King 400, and let me make sure I wrote this down right. Was that Victor Lima 70 Bravo? Over.
70 Delta.
Okay. All right. If any of y'all got a tube for that, Don said you wanted to part with, to let him know he's finishing up a project on a Globe King, and he sure would appreciate it. All righty. Good Lord, I still got about 8 or 10 to go, guys. Y'all hang in there with us. We got a big list. I'm on the back of the page. before we get going any further, Daniel, get ready. I'm going to send it up there to you to Tennessee and then pick up Ray and then go on down the list from there. But let me just see if there's anyone else out there that'd like to get on the list this evening. If so, please come down. This is the W4AMI Net.
KK3 Alpha Mike.
All righty. Boy, you sound good signal here. Just hang around. We got about 6 or 7 ahead of you there, but don't run off. I'd love to have you. KK3 Alpha Mike. Good call sign. All righty, Daniel. It's been a long night this evening, but I'm assuming you're on that Collins you just picked up. KG4. No, it ain't. It's KJ. Why did I put G? KJ4QXE. Daniel, go ahead and make one. This is W4AMI.
W4AMI. Good evening, Kevin. Appreciate you calling the net. Yeah, I've been hanging around listening, and hey, we've had a good day today. It's been a beautiful day up here in the middle of Tennessee, about 30 miles west of Nashville, a little town called Charlotte. I was able to go to work today and get a few things accomplished and come home and did a little bit of work on my antenna and got it where I wanted. Appreciate you, Elmer in there yesterday when I sent you the text message. Got my antenna up and got it all squared away and having fun sitting here listening to you guys, and we'll be sure to keep all the families that lost loved ones in our prayers, and they keep the ones that had accidents in their prayers, and we'll definitely be praying for you, Kevin, that your legs get well and you'll be back on your feet in no time. And, appreciate your friendship. I know we've been friends for a long time. And, hey, I'm enjoying this AM. I really enjoy sitting around listening a lot. I don't talk a whole lot, but I love to listen, and I want to go ahead and say good evening to Don down in Tick Ridge. I met Don several years ago down at Dolphin Ham Fest in the Raleigh. Known Don for a long time. I guess that's about all I got to get. My boys are doing good. My wife's doing good. I'm doing all right. So I've got a lot to be thankful for. I'm doing a lot better than I deserve. Thank you for calling the net. Thank you for picking me up. W4AMI. This is KJ4QXC.
Okay, Daniel. Well, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I've known Daniel for a long time, and yep, Don's always there at the Dalton Ham Fest. I'm sure he remembers you, though. And Daniel's a big old boy like I am. Not quite as big, but pretty good-sized man. And a good man at that. Thank you for stopping by here, Daniel. Glad to have you, and if I can help, just let me know. That's what Mac told me. He said, I'm going to help you, and you pay me by helping somebody else. That's what he's just a good man. And I try to pass along what I can. I know a little, but not as much as some of these others, but if I can help, I will as well. All righty, we'll break with him and go over to Sandy Springs. And speaking of a Dalton guy, is Ray, W4OB. Ray, how's everything in Sandy Springs, Georgia? This is W4AMI.
W4AMI, this is W4OB. Well, Kevin, it was a beautiful day in Sandy Springs, and it seems like that was the case all over the southeast. But very, very beautiful. Sunny, of course, all day long, and nice temps way up into the 70s. But Kevin, thank you for doing such a great job both on the pre-net and now the net. So thank you so much, Kevin, and you've got a golden voice from the city of gold for sure. But very sorry to hear about Norm's passing, and also John, K4VZS, in intensive care. I think you said he was in an auto accident, so hopefully he will recover just fine. But very sad to hear that news. And Don, if you can hear me over in Tick Ridge, I'm sorry I don't have that Globe King tube for you. I've never owned a Globe King, so I don't have one of those. But you're sounding good, Don, from Tick Ridge, and everybody is sounding good. I just wanted to say 73 to all the SAMRC members. And Kevin, hopefully you can hear me okay, and in Villa Rica. I'm on the Apache this evening. So again, thanks, Kevin, for all that you do and doing such a beautiful job on net control this evening. So back to you, W4AMI, W4OB.
Well, okay, Ray. Yeah, your Apache is blowing in here really nice. Got a great signal and beautiful audio. And I know years ago they said they were scratchy Apaches, but there ain't nothing scratchy about that Apache. That thing is doing you a fabulous job. Good loud audio, good signal, and nothing wrong with it at all. And yeah, that's what Bob had come in there and said something about. He was in an accident or something. I don't know the whole particulars on it, but yeah, keep John in your prayers. And like I said, we got Richard. A lot of people don't know he checked in a few times. It's a silent key, and of course Norm W7IUC, which has been around for long as I can remember, even as a young ham and a young man. All righty, we'll break with Ray over in Sandy Springs. Always good to hear you, Ray. And we'll pick up WE4AU, or is that AV? I can't tell if my U or V, but you know who you are. Go ahead and come on in here and correct my spelling out. This is W4AMI. Okay, he may have ran off. Looks like W4AV, I believe, or AU. I can't tell what my last number is there, letter. Let me put an asterisk out here. I know it's been a long net, guys. We're trying to get through it. All right, well, next on the list, we'll pick up Jeff, KE4EZ. Jeff, over to you for your comments, and welcome to the Tuesday night Southeastern AM Radio Club.
Yeah, WA4MI, KE4EZ. In the tonight, and thanks for letting me in. Good signals. I apologize for Boo. He's barking in the background because my is just coming in the business. But hello to everybody. Jeff in Panama City Beach, Florida. We're running Globe Champion 350 here into a dipole and using an HG170. Taking the dust off the rigs. I haven't fired them up for a while. And also nice to be in here this evening with and good signals all the way around. And very good. Good to hear y'all. I wanted to mention about the Globe years ago. The V70 being and hard to find. That's too good to find them. And good luck with it. But if you can't find one, you can use an 812 or an 811A. You'd have to change both of them to that. But, I learned mine with a pair of 811As. Well, old ones for a while. And it was just fine. It was probably a little better just for what the probably be pretty hard to find. But good signals all the way around, guys, and keep Firewall from and keep those cameras. Steamboat is in full swing here in Panama City Beach, Florida. We got a beautiful day here. The wind kind of died down a little bit. The sunshine a little bit today, so it was pretty wonderful. And just very glad to be here this evening. So back to you, and thank you for letting me in. All the best to you guys. On the beach.
Well, okay, Jeff. I got some friends that just moved down to Panama City, and they love it down there. I'm not sure how long they're going to stay, but according to them, they love it down there. They may not be back. And okay, on the HQ170 too, that was my first receiver I got many years ago in a Johnson Viking 2, which I still have both. And I've had them for 25 plus years, I guess, maybe closer to 30. and retubed it a while back, but it's just still in great shape. And thank you for being here. We're welcome. Alrighty, next on the list, we're going up to Ringo, Georgia, and pick up Joe, and then we'll pick up Richard after that. We're getting there, guys. Hang in there. This is the Tuesday night Southeastern AM Radio Club Swap and Fellowship Net. With that said, over to you, Joe. K4JCP, W4AMI.
Well, thank you, Kevin. W4AMI, and quite a group tonight, K4JCP. And like everybody else, sorry to hear about Norm, and then John, these are us. Guess we'll have to figure out how serious that is. Well, anytime you're in an accident, it's pretty serious stuff, but we'll see, I guess. Had a nice day here today, mid-70s, and good copy on most everybody tonight. The band's fairly quiet, and so it's just been nice leaning back here in the shack, listening to the good AM signals, and working on getting some more of my radios online. I found my some of my wiring bundles, so trying to figure out what goes to what here. Fortunately, or unfortunately, I'll label them with some sort of code that I used to know, but I got them all strung out here. We'll hopefully it'll all work out. If not, I'll make a lot of smoke, I guess. W4AMI. Thank you for picking me up. Everybody have a nice week. K4JCP.
All right, Joe. Well, you made such a good code, you can't even decipher it, as they say. Or figure it out. We say decipher, but anyway. Hope you get all that straightened out. I know the feeling. I've got some stuff that looks like a bird's nest. And one other thing I hadn't heard in a long time, when you do get it dug out and get the radios going, you need to get on Frankenstein. I've not heard that in a couple of years. So, anyway, that was Joe up there in Ringo, Georgia. All right, let's go down and pick up WB4KKJ, and then after that we'll pick up Virgil. So WB4KKJ, come on in here. This is W4AMI.
Kevin, W4AMI, WB4KKJ. Well, you're doing a great job tonight, Kevin. You got a ton of people checking in. That's good. Glad to hear everybody check in. Hearing just about everybody. So, doing a good job. I'll turn it back over to you. And just thank you very much for everything you do for us there, Kevin. W4AMI, WB4KKJ, Base, Florida.
Okay, well, I appreciate you being there. Always good to hear you, and you've become a regular now, so we look for you ever on all the nets now. I'll put the monkey on your back. And thank you. I really enjoy doing this stuff, and it's an honor to do it, and glad I'm here to do it. All righty. Well, we'll break with Richard and go pick up Virgil, and then after that, Billy, W4OLJ, Virgil. Sorry to hear of your neighbors passing there around Norm. I know it's tough, but over to you for your comments. This is W4AMI.
W4AMI and the net. This is W4OLJ. Okay, Kevin. Yeah, it really bad about Norm there. I went over there Sunday afternoon and stayed about an hour, I guess, and Norm never did. He never did know I was there. He was asleep. He was really snoring. I could hear him when I went in the kitchen door snoring, but he never did come around there, and he never did know I was there. But Norm was a good one. He really was. He helped me a lot, and actually I can see Norm's house from my backyard, especially in the wintertime, you know, when the leaves are off. I can look over there on the hill and see Norm's place. He's actually about 3 miles from me around the road, but way the crow flies, he's not that far. And I'd like for everybody to remember another ham down the road here, about 3 mile, Bob, K4ENC. He's up in Tenova Hospital in Knoxville, and not doing too good. He'll be 91 here in about a week and a half, I think, and he's having some heart trouble and gallbladder trouble too. So keep him in your thoughts and prayers there. Bob Capozzi, K4ENC. Everybody used to call him Sweetwater Bob. So I've rambled on here enough, I guess, Kevin. I'll kick it back to you, and it's good to hear Paul over there in Hardyville. I used to talk to him a long time ago. And Ray, OB, I'm sorry I didn't get to bump into you down at Dalton, but I did see you in the group picture that you made. I saw it online there yesterday. So anyway, back to you, Kevin, and you're doing a great job there. Sound good up here. W4AMI, this is W4OLJ in Sweetwater.
All righty, Virgil. Always good to hear you got a beautiful commanding signal out of Sweetwater, and I don't need to repeat that because you're loud, and I'm sure everybody heard you. And like I said, I knew Norm was a neighbor of yours, and Bob Capozzi, Sweetwater Bob. Hey, y'all please keep him in your prayers. I tell you, this country needs a lot of prayers, but God's calling them home. I don't know why, for what reason, but we'll stay here till the good Lord calls us. Let's see, what else? I was going to say something I can't think of it. Anyway, moving right along, we got about 3 more guys, and we'll take some more check-ins or either wrap it up one or the other. This is the longest list we've had in a while, and thank y'all for bearing with us. And we're going to shoot this up to Murphy, North Carolina, to Billy, a good friend of mine, KO4SSY. Billy, come on in here, and what you got out of Murphy? This is W4AMI.
Good evening to you, Kevin, and all the net. W4AMI, this is KO4SSY here in Murphy, North Carolina. Coming to you live and in color on the Johnson 500 this evening. We're receiving on the AR-88. The old usual stuff for most of the time. And thanks for picking me up there, Kevin. Thank you for doing what you do, for holding forth and trying to keep things straight. And everybody else that takes care, and as was said earlier, getting to hear everybody and just keeping up, that's good. And sure am sorry about losing Norm, and hate to hear John was in a wreck. We'll put him on a prayer list. That's why I didn't check in at first, Kevin. There, I was getting caught up on my good book time. I had to get my Bible reading in, so that's the reason I was a little late coming in. And anyways, Virgil, if I can, right quick, I would like to ask if you've heard anything about arrangements yet, because I am definitely going to try to make it up there. Over.
No, I haven't heard a thing, Billy. I don't think they've made them yet. And all I know is he's going to be at McGill Click Funeral Home, McGill Click in Loudon, Tennessee, about 10 or 12 miles on up the road here. Haven't heard a thing. He's got one son that lives in Key West and a daughter that lives in Kansas, so I don't know. I guess it's got something to do with when they can get in or something. So I don't know, Billy. That's all I know. But when I find out something, well, I'll let some of us know here. So thanks a lot, KO4SSY W4OLJ.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that, Virgil. Yeah, if you hear something, just shoot me a text, give me a call, let me know something there. And like I say, thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right, Kevin, well, I'll finish my rambling on. It's good to hear my neighbor across the hill the other way. Probably take a good arrow shot and maybe get an arrow over in that area. No, it's a little bit further than that, but it ain't too far. My buddy Randy, who has made a couple of road trips with me. He's a brave guy, I tell you that one is, to get in the vehicle and ride with me. So, W4AMI, KO4SSY, enough of my rambling.
Okay, Billy. Well, good to have you in here, and we're keeping Brandon in our prayers too. Unspoken prayer request for him, as you know, he's going through a tough time right now too. But yeah, I'd hate to hear that about him. All righty, let's see. We got two more guys, and then we're going to try to pick up some more. If not, we'll close it out. I know it's been a long evening. This is, though, the Tuesday night Southeastern AM Radio Club Swap and Fellowship Net. And we're picking up KB4LIO. It's over to you for your comment, sir. This is W4AMI. I know it's been a long night, guys. KB4LIO, are you there? Okay, well, let me see if we got KK3AM. It's over to you, sir. This is W4AMI.
W4 AMI. Thanks, Kevin. You're doing a wonderful job. And I'm enjoying listening to that. I am the cleanup man, so I've heard it all. Sorry to hear about Richard in the hospital. Prayers go out to him. And Norm and I used to talk quite a bit. Another loss. Anyway, I hope my transmitter's sounding respectful. This is Randy. I'm in Cherokee County, North Carolina. Billy is my neighbor, and I survived 2 major trips with Billy, and I got to say, he's one of the best drivers I know. And hello to OB, Ray, and JCP. Good seeing you at Dalton, Joe. It's been a long time since we've seen each other. Man, it's good to hear you on here. It's been a while. But, and Matt, really friends here, and it means a lot to me. Again, prayers go out to Noon's family. Back to you, Kevin, and thanks again. This is KK3 Alpha Mike.
All righty, Randy. Well, appreciate you being there. And, yep, you're a tough man to ride with Billy there. Nah, Billy, he's a good one. Appreciate you being here. All righty, well, we've reached the end of the list. I'm going to go back and see. So we're going right down there, Stan. I'm going to call on him one more time, and then we'll move along. W4CDJ. Dan, did you happen to make it back? This is W4AMI. Okay, and how about you, Stan? W4KR, W4AMI. Okay, that's everybody I got on my list. All right, we're going to take a standby, as Sam says, and make this the Alpha and Omega call. If you hadn't been on the list and you'd like to get on the list this evening for the W4AMI net, please come at this time. W4AMI. Okay, go ahead, comment.
I don't know if it makes any difference or not. Brad's call is KB5LIO. KB5LIO, so maybe he didn't answer because of that. I don't know.
Well, that might make a difference. I call, let me see, KB5. I'm just assuming he's a 4. I don't know why, but okay. And that is Brad, yep. Brad, are you there? I didn't mean to butcher up your call. KB5LIO, W4AMI. Okay, well, I'm sorry about that, but he may have come in there. But thanks for letting me know that, Tim. I appreciate it. All righty, well, I tell you, what a long list. That's the longest one we've had in a while. And I'm done drinking a whole bottle of water and fixing to go grab some dinner. Guys, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Friendship and being a regular here on the Tuesday night Southeastern AM Radio Club, SwapNet. Please join. If you're not a member, you're welcome to join. Go to the website, w4ami.org. That's whiskey 4 Alpha Mike India.org. Oscar Romeo Golf. And check out the webpage that Dr. Ron does. There's a lot of good information, beautiful restored receivers, transmitters, and so on, stuff for sale. You can become a member and also get a certificate. No charge for any of that except for the mailing if you want a certificate. Very minimal. And we look forward to catching everybody back here next Tuesday evening. We'll be back at 6:30 Eastern on new time. Daylight savings time for the pre-net, and 7 o'clock Eastern on the Eastern time for the net. And then, of course, if you're in the Central time, back that up an hour. All righty, with that said, let's see here. Join the Gulf Coast Mullet Society net. That'll be here Thursday on 3885 kilocycles in AM mode, obviously, at 7 o'clock Eastern. And then on Saturday, Mac said, I believe he said it was 7 or 8 o'clock. I should have wrote that down. On 7290, those guys get up on Saturday morning and chat for about an hour or so. They'd love to have you. And then on Sunday mornings at 6 o'clock Eastern, they got the Warren Ellie Memorial Net presented by the Florida AM Group. And then we'll kick things back over at the first of the week for the Eagle Net, WE4AM, and then back here on Tuesday. Guys, I really enjoy it. Thanks for being a part of this. And everybody have a great evening. This is W4AMI. Now clear and turn the frequency back to normal use. And let me see if Sam's got anything he wants to add. If he hung around, I know it's a long net. Over to you, Sam. And this is WA4KM's my call. And my name is Kevin, and I'm located in Villa Rica, Georgia. They call it the City of Gold in West Georgia. Over to you, Sam, for anything else.
But the second time, I couldn't make it out.